You got to make everyone laugh right before you go live. Here we go. Funny faces. Welcome, everybody. My name is Margaret. You're here on my channel. This is Booktube at its best. I've got some besties here to help us do our little Plan-A-Thon to start off 2024 on a good foot, or several feet, as it were. So I've asked these lovely guests here to introduce themselves and their channel and include something they are proud of accomplishing in 2023. So we're starting on a positive note for our planning session. But first, I'm going to say hi, welcome. I'm Margaret. I'm glad you're here. I'm so excited to see everybody, and we'll say hellos in the chat once we get through these introductions. I'm going to go clockwise, which means Jocelyn, first time. Welcome to Queen.
Thank you. Well, I don't really have anything on my YouTube channel. Basically, I've been using mine to sprint hop. So I decided I'd get on the other side this time just to, just because. One of the things I'm proud of in 2023 is having made progress on my work in progress is my sci-fi fantasy story I've been working on. I got like about 28,000 words, I think, so far. So I'm making progress, and I think sprint hopping has made all the difference. So,
Excellent. Welcome, Jocelyn. Thank you. Laura.
I'm Laura Nettles. I do have a channel with stuff coming out, so subscribe, please. It would be a miracle if I hit 1,000 subscribers this month, or not this month, this year. This month would be a crazy year.
Why not?
This year. What I am super proud of this past year was publishing Tiny Shippers.
Yes. Available in paperback and digital, right?
Yes.
And Desiree.
Hello, friends. I'm Desiree M. Ortega. I am on YouTube under Coffee Reading Writing. I also stream over on Twitch, twitch.tv/Desiree M. Ortega. And you can find me both of those places. I will start streaming consistently starting next week. So yay for that. One thing I am very proud of from 2023, it was a year of up and downs, but I got together with my co-writer, TL Russ, Tiffany, as you guys know in the community, and we published 15 books, short romances in 2023, which is kind of wild to think about. So, I mean, it was a lot of work. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of stress, but it was definitely something I'm very proud that we accomplished. So, yay. And yes, you could find all of our books currently on Amazon. They are only on ebooks right now.
Awesome. Thank you, Des. Clockwise, go to Esther.
Hi, my name is Esther Marie Andujar. I'm a Puerto Rican writer aspiring to be a hybrid author. I also the author of Marina the Vampire, which you can find on Kindle Vella under the author name Marina Navarre. That's the pen name of it, that is. And also you can find it on my Ko-fi and my Patreon. Also run the Romance Writers Room, which is the spin-off of the Writers Room run by Barrett Laurie, Tiffany Russell, and Morgan Lee. We talk about and we fan about romance. You can find the playlist, and it's actually what I'm proud of for 2023, that achievement. We started on February, and it has been a wonderful experience. I got a awesome host, and everyone has been so excited, and the participation is wonderful, and I love helping other authors, so we're bringing more things this year, so I'm excited for that.
Thanks. And hello, I am Nia the Vixen of Fiction all over the interwebs. You can follow me over on Instagram, on Twitch, and of course here on YouTube. I stream on Tuesday nights at 7:30 with productivity sprints of any kind, or just come and hang out and chat with us. I host Scripting the Book, where we talk about books that have been adapted into movies or TV series. And I have great book club co-hosts, so you can come join us for any books that we're doing. We do one every single month. And I stream on Twitch on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays in the middle of the day. So come hang out. I am most proud of that with my plethora of projects. I was able to get something published under a pen name, so I will not disclose, but I'm super, super proud of myself for being able to hone in, focus. A lot of that is thanks to some help from my friends who are like, come on, focus, you can get something published. And so I appreciate all of my friends who encouraged me to focus on one thing to get done, which is very difficult. And so I'm very,
can be.
Nice. Very
Oh,
good. JC.
Hi, I'm JC. I have a channel, author JC Carpenter. I post videos on Mondays and Thursdays, and I live stream on Wednesdays from 7 to 10 p.m. I have a blog, website, yeah, all that stuff. And I am most proud of the 2 poetry collections that I published last year, To Love with Sorrow and If I Knew Then. And yeah, that's me.
Awesome. So, welcome everybody. I've got links in the comments that I was rushing to plug in as we went on. Seamless, I'm sure. We had some folks pop in, so while you're all subscribing to these guests' channels, which are down in the description.
Oh, hey, Melissa, what's up?
Yeah, Melissa, I stopped by. And we've got Just Eva and an RC Scott and a Mama Maggie Ward. Let's see, Cold there. And yay, Happy New Year. And my links. And we've got a Victoria. Hello, hello. And a Leslie. I was talking about a fake fire earlier. A wind chill advisory.
Ooh.
And a minor earthquake. All right, 2024 in California is starting out nicely.
Japan had a big earthquake New Year's Day.
Yes, I did text my brother about that. He said, I was drunk, so didn't really feel it.
I mean, at least
Wow.
right?
I guess he was kind of lucky in that regard.
The whole world already felt like it was shaking. So he was like,
right.
He's like, oh, I thought that was just me. What?
Yay. Love hearing about all these proud moments. So welcome, everybody. Unplanned visit, but excellent. All right. Well, these are some planner friends. So we've got lots of different approaches to planning, and what we're going to do today. Yay, Barrett. What we're going to do today is talk a little bit about planning as well as do some planning. So I asked all these lovely co-hosts with me to come with a question about the planning systems. The perennial question is paper or plastic, physical or digital. And I think you all know where I stand on that, which is everything, all the time, all at once. But did any of you guys have a question you want to start us off with? Anyone can raise your hand.
I have a question, and I want to get it out before I forget about it.
Yeah.
A lot of us are planners and who are on the screen, but has anybody found something new that they've used to incorporate into their writing routine, or something new that has helped them? Something maybe that they've read or watched has something sparked some new ways or some possible changes or ways that you can tweak your planning? Have you found anything?
How new is new?
Maybe your first or second time implementing it into your planning routine.
I mean, well, Margaret comes, I will say I'm implementing the 12-year week planning, because it kind of melds well with quarterly planning and the HB90 planning that I've been using for years. But it kind of it's kind of like an in-between of, I don't know, it feels the same granular as my task, but this is still last year. I haven't redone that. But it feels like it has a time a deadline, because this is just like working throughout the 3 months. But with the 12-week year, you have a set of tasks each week that you have to hit. So it feels like it's similar to this, but the deadline is 3 months. With the 12-week year, you have a deadline every single week to get it all done. And I'm like, surge of urgency.
Okay.
Yeah. I've been hearing a little bit about that, so that's something I'm definitely interested in checking out.
Now, for me, this isn't something I've fully implemented yet because I'm barely doing the research on it this week. But I came across a lot about like planning around your energy, gentle planning, and productivity. And so, kind of still approaching your goals and accomplishing the things that you desire to, but when you have either you struggle with mental health, you're neurodivergent, things like that, people have been finding ways to kind of help along with that, kind of like where you are mentally and energetically. And I definitely struggled the last 3 months because of that. So coming into this whole new year mentality, we're all ready to dive in and create all this new excitement and purpose. But at the same time, I have to remember that my body and my mind aren't always aligned with that, and will some days wake up and just not want to. So how to work with that and not against it, so that I don't fall into the shame spiral and the guilt that comes with not accomplishing things or not being productive enough because your body and your mind are struggling that day. So I'm very excited to kind of go deeper into research. I found a few videos on it, and so I want to see what I can come up with it, and I may do future videos on it if I feel like it's worth doing something on. So,
ooh, nice. So what you're describing seems to me like it would have to be a check-in sort of as you go, but I've got a really useful tool that this is my second time using, an annual sort of recap. It's from Susanna Conway, and it's called Unravel Your Year. And basically at the year end, in between the hubbub of Christmas and the soft snow quiet of January, there's some time to like reflect and write a few pages. And she's got this worksheet of questions that's like being specific about how you feel about certain things in different areas. Let's see, what has changed for me? When did I stand up for myself? What has supported me? What has exhausted me? So they're really sort of energy tinged questions to try to get you to think about how your year went, and then design with those questions how you want the next one to like scooch a little this way or push a little that way. And one of the really cool things is that she says, go through all your photos. I know it's going to take a while. I think I had 1,000 photos last year. But if you go through them, not only will you be able to delete some and feel good and productive, but you'll be able to remember things that happened that your brain just, wiped off. Oh, not important. And realize, oh, I have done a lot more than I remember. There's a lot more positive than my brain's like making me try to think of, all the negative stuff. So I found that really, really helpful. Any other answers?
I started doing a media journal for the first time this past year. So I can keep track of all the books that I've read, the movies and TVs that I've seen, and the plays that I've gone to. So it's been helpful to like save manga panels that I really enjoy and write my thoughts on them. Yeah.
Are you using one of those really cool sticker printers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Love those. I want one.
I know. I got one and I wasn't happy with the color, so I brought it back. But like,
Richer
get a different one. Yeah,
I love that.
Love it.
Yeah, my daughter has absconded with mine, so I'll have to get another one.
It's right here.
Yeah, that's good. And just hold it in your hand.
So that's been really fun.
Maggie had a really good question, which Nia sort of answered. Is anyone doing a self-care tracker? So we don't track productivity, we track words and other things, but self-care not so much, even though it's like usually a goal. JC, you have a comment?
No, I'm just saying I am doing. I put that in my bullet journal that I wanted to track with different hobbies and things that I do for self care to make sure I'm doing at least a certain amount of days each month of taking care of myself, and just to make sure that I'm implementing that as well as getting the other stuff done.
I think I could do with a self-care journal. I don't think I do nearly enough of that, so I think thanks for the idea.
Yeah, I don't do enough of it, but I started last year. I was like, because I don't get a lot of sleep. I know everybody's on a different perspective of how much sleep you get. I get very little sleep, and the little sleep that I get is very interrupted. I have very vivid dreams, but then I can also hear everything that's going on around me. So I usually get maybe if I'm lucky, I'll get 5 hours of sleep. So I was like, last year I was like, I'm going to get 9 hours of sleep because that's the healthiest for my age and all this stuff. Not even close. But so then I was like, okay, if I can get 8 hours of sleep. So I have gotten myself to where I'm at 7. So, but I did that with little habit trackers. So it's not so much self-care as making sure I need to first get to the point where I'm doing the things that I actually need to do. One of them is try to get enough sleep. So I have little habit trackers, and I mark the days that I go to bed by 1:30, because last year sleep was a big one. Make sure I go to bed by 1:30, try to get up at, I tried to get up at 9:30, then I pushed it to 8:30, and that worked. So I started getting 7 hours of sleep, which was like, what? So,
hallelujah, raining from the sky.
Little steps, but I was shooting for the stars. I was like, I'm going to go from 5 hours to 9 hours of sleep. Your body's like, no, we're just laying here awake. Like, what are you doing? So baby steps, but it was very helpful to track the days that I'm actually going to bed by 1 o'clock or 1:30, and the days that I wake up at 7:30, but am I laying down and just letting myself relax, maybe meditating and thinking for an hour? So just keeping track of that until I could push it to get to 7 hours of sleep. So I'm going to do that again this year, and I'm adding getting my steps in, making sure that I'm eating well, because I'm reducing my workout schedule because I'm a fitness instructor. So with reducing that for physical health reasons, I need to find other places where I can add that back in, because I'm also at the age where I should not be slowing down, because y'all know you'll know you're where I am at. I think I'm the oldest here. You'll know one day when you get my age.
No, you're probably not the oldest.
I don't know, Jocelyn, I might catch you. But it's hard to stop and then start. Like when I was in my 20s, I could just like bounce right back, and it's just not like that. So I've got to make conscious efforts to do these things. So they are self-care because they're things I need to do to take care of myself, but they're not the bougie things yet. I'll get there one day, like spa days and stuff like that. One day. What's a spa day?
Along the same lines for me, I'm like tracking my symptoms because this year I really want to like focus on trying to better my health. So I have like a yearly calendar that's just part of my planner, and I didn't know what to do on the dailies. So I was like, okay, I'm going to track symptoms. So if I get a migraine on this day, if I get an allergy attack this day, or things like that. And then I would like to start incorporating tracking reading because I want to read more. And I want to do more art. And then I want to make more of an intentional morning routine where I really kind of do certain things that's going to help me feel better for the day. So that's the hope. We'll see how we incorporate it.
Nice. Eva mentioned she started tracking her reading for self-care and journaling digitally, which is easier to commit to daily handwritten journaling. Nice.
I'm going to be the dissonant note in the panel. I do not track self-care because in my brain, it feels like it's something that I have to do. It's
Mm.
another work task instead of something that's supposed to relax me and kind of like unravel stress and do it for fun. I do write down on my planner when I start a series or when I watch the movie, and if I finish a book, things like that. It's just like normal jotting down what I did during the day, but I don't. I in my head, trackers for self-care do not work because it feels like I have to do it, and
I
that
think
is
a
not
little
fun, and that is not self-care to me.
counterproductive.
That's
Yeah.
just me. That's
No,
me.
that's
Yeah.
fair. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Like, because and this is also for my binge person, my nature. Like,
Mm.
I start a series and I'm like, well, how many episodes are 12 or 45 minutes? Yeah, I can finish it by tomorrow. Okay. And I'll do
Yeah.
nothing else but that. And then I'll just like, okay, that got out of the way. I saw that. I got my play. Let's go do the things that I want to do. But
How,
Yeah.
I don't track.
how many of you guys have tried the actual bullet journaling like tracker, the way that like V.E. Schwab does, where you have that across and you have like little dots or little colors?
Yeah, that's what I do.
I don't do it anymore, but I've
I don't
done
do it anymore either.
tons of
Yeah.
times in the
I-
past.
I
I did it. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
tried
that's-
it once, did not work.
I do the goals
Oh, wow.
for the day,
Mm,
and then I actually journal as well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I like that.
I
Yeah, I
did the
would do
dot
rolling
ones.
weeklies. I would do different things, and
Yeah, I did the dot ones because that was the only way I could make sure I was doing my sleep routine. For other things, I don't need it so much, but because that one was something that I needed to do, because what was happening, I'm like I said, I'm a fitness instructor. I would be tired and lethargic, but also not able to fall asleep. So it's something that I actually physically needed to keep track of, and just the little dot things were easy. But I didn't make a calendar for each one. I just printed them out and stuck them in the thing. And so every day that I would go to sleep on time, I'd put a dot on Monday, a dot on Tuesday, or an X on a day that I didn't go to sleep on time. If I got at least 7 hours of sleep, then I got a dot. You know what I mean? And then I could look at it and see how many dots I had, and then what was going on the days that I got an X. Was I stressed out? Was I thinking a lot about whatever I was writing? You know, what were the triggers?
Good.
So it was helpful. So
Yeah,
I don't know if I'll keep up with it, but it did get me. Like I said, it got me to 7 hours of sleep. I've never gotten that much sleep before.
nice.
I've always only gotten 5 hours of sleep. So
Does
it was
doing
helpful.
streak work for anybody? Like building
what?
it up, like when you were in grade school where you had like 5 X's in a row and you didn't want to break the streak? I know it's like a second.
Yeah, I like streaks. I do like streaks.
Oh,
It
I've
was
never done
frustrating
that.
when I didn't fill everything out the whole week, because then I'm like, I liked seeing it filled out. I wanted to see the streaks and yeah, so it was a little mind game
I'm
sometimes.
here, the person who like goes to Duolingo and see like how many phrases do I have? Okay, I can miss this many times in the month.
Oh no!
That's I'm like, the stars, that doesn't do anything for me. My teachers
No.
were like very fed up with me, and I'm like, that's no motivation. I want a sticker.
Yeah.
I want a star. I'll just ask my mom and get it. That's it.
I don't need your star.
I don't need your stars. I
Yeah.
got my own stars. I got a whole pack of stickers.
And he says the planning can't take longer than the task, or I don't do it, which is a good point. And speaking of the planning taking longer than the task, we're gonna move into a first sprint. So like a sprint meaning I'm just gonna give you guys time to plan whatever you're planning. So are you doing Q1? Are you doing 2024 writ large? How are we doing this? I've been working all day on planning, so I'm kind of like into middle of February in terms of YouTube channel. What are you guys focusing on today?
I am doing Q1 as well. Like that's how I go and plan now. I'm breaking down 4 weeks per month and kind of just trying to fill out, for example. So wait, where is it? So over here, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and then February, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, March, week 1. And so I'm working on kind of filling out a general idea of how I can accomplish the 3 main goals of Q1 that I have, give them projects and tasks. So that's where I'm at.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm a Q1 also. I've got January pretty much planned, but my plan is also to see, because I've kind of like tweaked my schedule a little bit. And if this works for me for the which would be this week, then I'll go ahead and move that into February and March. And so that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be looking at things that so far this week, I'm like, oh yeah, I can definitely stick with this and start filling out my February and March. And some things I'm like, ooh, I don't know about this. I might have to work on this one a little bit.
Yeah. I'm just gonna look at my 12-week for Q1, especially for my writing, because I already took care of my community, the things that I wanted for Q1. But for writing, I need to look where I'm at and see if I had to reassess or, ask myself why I'm choosing this.
Reflection.
Like, I think I'm already close to like, why, Esther? Why?
We love it. We love it. All right, so we'll be sharing out a little. There are also a couple more great audience questions. So after 30 minutes, we'll come back and share what we worked on, how it worked, and then go into some more questions and discussions. I'm going to mute myself and just leave it quiet so y'all can listen to whatever copyrighted music you like.
How did you know?
Yeah.
Laura.
So feel free to join us and come back in 30 and keep the questions coming. Maggie's got some great ones. Eva's got some great ones. But yeah, we'll just pause and launch into that. Ta-da! Was that gentle enough?
Get the pants right off of my pants.
Surprise!
That was wonderful.
I think I was like preparing for it. So
I was on another tab. I was not there.
Oh, I was like making motions. I was also in where's my banner?
One of my favorite words.
Yeah. Did anyone get the nozzle reference when I came in like this?
Oh my god!
Yeah,
I didn't even see it.
I did.
Amazing.
I didn't see it.
Awesome sword.
I was like,
That's on the tail end.
I'm like, what are you talking about a sword?
So Jocelyn was talking about lightsaber swords in the chat with Labyrinth of Timer. So I thought I'd just catch up on the chat a little bit and you guys can share where you are.
I have a lightsaber. My sword is stuck in California. I can't get it across the border.
No.
Makes sense.
Oh, that sure is a travesty. My nephew and I were playing, and he calls me to bust mine, and he comes in here with this shiny new sword. I'm mad too. I want one.
All right. So we've got some trackers questions, which we'll revisit. We had some sword talk. Morgan and Kate came in. We were talking about streaks right before we ended, and Eva said I'd have to cheat to hit streaks, like bank points or borrow points or whatever. Not honest with myself when it's about the aesthetic over the task, which is an important point to know whether something is going to work for you.
Yes.
And in fact, for me, streaks are the opposite. When I see something that's uniform and routine and like balanced, I'm like, my brain goes, no. Like little gremlins come out and go, I don't think so. So yeah.
You muted, Nia.
I was gonna say I'm like that when it comes to creativity things. I just like to do what I want to do. Like if you tell me this is your creative thing and that's the creative thing you must do, I'm like, ooh, but now I want to do that thing over there, like automatically. But when it comes to certain types of tasks, like Duolingo, man, I love that streak. I love it. And the thought of breaking my Duolingo streak makes like not gonna happen. Just at this point, not gonna happen. And so it really depends on what it is. More task-oriented things, I'm better at keeping a streak at because I can see that the challenge in that. But more fun, whimsy things, I'm like, no, I want to do this thing over here. So it depends on the thing.
I want to reach that 365 streak on Duolingo so I can be like, then I'm done. Back to 0. Let's break it. I mean, I constantly break it with the phrases, but I'm like
359.
I think I'm at 312 or something.
Nice.
And Esther, isn't like the SMART goals, isn't the T something about time limited? So like 365, you're good. Like that's the goal, right? And you're like, done.
I did a year and it's like, okay, we can just scrap back to 0 and see how long it takes to get back to that year. It's just such a Duolingo is a hazard, honestly. It's like, nah.
JC disagrees. So we had Labyrinth of
No,
Time.
I'm not saying I disagree.
Oh, okay. Just the gas. And Labyrinth. I have 2 bullet journals, one small, one large, paperback, and a traditional planner calendar. Did y'all see that I like went with the old school? Like I've got this as well. And I use the outside when I'm planning stuff, but then I also use the backside when I'm like long-term planning and I just need blank because I need a lot of blank to be creative apparently.
Nice.
So I found that works for me as well as journaling.
Nice.
I literally have a roll of butcher paper that I use for creative things. So I'll just pull out butcher paper and do my big plot embryos or family trees or whatever on just a giant roll of butcher.
I like it. Margaret's like, as one does.
Yeah, and then I was like popping and cracking while I was on mute so that I wouldn't disturb people. We're talking about stickers. Some people like stickers. I am all in for stickers. I don't always use them the way they're meant to be. Yes, Jess has got a whole pile. I've got like a book and several piles.
I have a drawer.
I have a whole basket full of stickers.
I have some stickers I haven't used yet.
Y'all have
and these are the cheats that I have, because over there I have like 5, 6 sticker booklets.
Nice.
So,
I went and organized my mom's
back
stickers.
of
She's got multiple binders full. I think she's like the queen of stickers.
Wow.
Tiffany is at 660 on Duolingo. Can't stop now. Won't stop. I love it.
Nice.
KK Lambo came in. Hello. Welcome.
Hello.
And
I mean, I will say 660 is a good number. It's a round number to be like, we're done.
Just stop at 666.
I learned once Tiffany.
No, but if you made it to 660, why stop?
Like, no. What's next? Like, what's the next goal? We can go higher. We can do more.
You gotta keep going.
For people who struggle with feelings of never feeling enough, maybe that's a part of the difficulty, JC. It's like, never enough. I have to keep going.
Okay, if I've kept the streak up for 660 days, I mean, why stop now?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Our brains do different things. Yeah. There's a sticker nut. So how did we do? Like I said in the chat, I sort of wanted to start moving into second half of February and March big picture planning, but my brain was like, we're on shaky foundations. You need to like do some of these things so that you can do the communication with the people so that you can feel like you're settled before you move on. So I had to go back and do like Canva and StreamYard stuff, which is like, I don't know, cut and dry. It doesn't feel very creative, but that's what my brain said. How about you guys? Q1 or longer term with Esther? Did you work on
neither?
I just did 1 week.
Nice.
I've tried to shoot too far ahead before, and I lost it. So I just said, let me do baby steps here.
Yeah. I have stats that I wrote down for 2023. So the video will be coming out soonish.
Video prep, awesome.
Nice.
For me, I realized as I was trying to break down my weeklies that I was like, okay, I think I need to go backwards and break things down even more. Like I was trying to get a general planning of each week, but I realized I have these bubble goals, but I really needed to break them down more on what I needed to do. So I went back to now like going, okay, for health, what are specific things I want or need to do? Self-care, what are some ideas I want to do? Let's say you building YouTube and Twitch is another of my goals. Well, what specific video ideas or what specific things can I do to help build each platform? And so now I'm kind of working backwards on really honing in on the little things that I can build for the bigger goals. So that's where I spent my 30 minutes.
Nice. I needed to transfer my list of what I'm going to do this year into my paperback journal. Yep. Between systems, the digital and the paper. Yeah. Good reminder. Thank you, Labyrinth. Esther, Nia, JC, second row.
I look at my first week of the 12-year for my writing, and there's 2 big-ish things that I need to do, and if I just do 1 a day, I should be done. So I kind of like jotted down the mini task in pencil. So it's like, I don't want to put it in pen because if something happens and I cannot do it, then it's just like, and like a fail there. And I'm like, no, we're not doing that to my brain. So it's in pencil. If I get it done, I'll pen it in. If it's not, it's going to get erased. And
who uses pencil sometimes?
I use pencil most of the time.
Yeah.
Who uses pen and whiteout?
I do in pen things that it doesn't matter. It has to be done. So it's going in pen because there's no budging with that. And then other things that I would like to do, help to get it done, I might do those in pencil. That way that can be put, because it can be pushed off in case. But the things that are in pen, those are usually like, no, this has to be done by this time. So if I don't get it done, then that's really on me. My bad.
Or pens keep getting used up.
For the pens.
The only thing
Nice.
I've done in pencil is like the drawing of lines and stuff because I can't draw to save my life.
Rulers.
Rulers are your best friend.
Yeah.
I don't have a ruler right now. I forgot to buy one the last time I was out. So.
We've been getting like a notebook and putting it.
Yeah, I just use
The edge of junk mail.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
So that's the last sprint. I used it to tweak some of the social media things that I plan on doing. So I can improve the social media stuff that I'm doing for my pen name. And then I want to improve my Loki shorts because the Loki shorts, my channel, YouTube channel has grown exponentially. It's double, and 1,000 of those subscribers have come from Loki shorts. So more things that I can do with him. And then the t-shirts are also doing really well. So I was talking with Tiffany and we were brainstorming some things that I can do to make those a little bit better. Cause I don't want them to look super fancy because I'm not a professional. I'm a work at home. So I'm like, I want people to know this is what you can do working at home with what you got. Not like I go out and buy like tons of fancy ingredients. No, make this with the tea that you got.
Yeah.
I mean, I do get fancy stuff sometimes, but
they look fancy.
It's a treat.
Yeah. I'm not sure this counts as planning, but I was working on my newsletter.
Well, that's
So-
something.
When is it going out?
That's ain't nothing wrong with that.
Hopefully tonight.
Well, you planned on it, so I mean that should count, you know. Yeah.
Yep. What Jocelyn said, it counts.
That was my question. Okay, JC may remember my question. So earlier today, I was thinking like one of the philosophies of planning is it first in, last out? Meaning like the oldest thing needs to get done before you get to the new thing so that you're not constantly putting something off? Or is it like the next thing that's scheduled? So it's like the most urgent time-wise. That sounds like what JC is going with, but like, you guys have a general preference? Do things being on your list forever really get to you?
Yes.
You?
Oh,
Yeah.
for me, yes.
I'm a deadline kind of person.
For me, I've learned that as I am a mood reader, I'm sometimes a mood productivity, like whatever that moment I suddenly feel inspired to work on, it'll be an all or nothing situation where I'm like, okay, this is the thing I'm feeling like I'm in the mood to do. So I will work like the whole night to get it done. Let's say it's a video. It's a video I didn't plan. It's a video I didn't have planned, but I got the idea. And all of a sudden I'm in the mood. And I'm like, then let's do it right now. And everything else gets thrown aside. I do the video. I'll make it that night. I'll edit it that night. I'll do the thumbnail and I'll upload it. And sometimes I'll schedule it, but sometimes because emotionally I need that instant gratification, I'll just post it in the middle of the night and it's done, which is not a good thing, but that I've learned is something that happens to me a lot, which isn't always great when you're trying to be productive in a schedule sense.
Yeah. Feels like there's a star going by and you're just like hitching yourself and it's gonna take you right off, right?
Pretty.
Yeah.
I'm a deadline kind of person. If this is the most, I guess, the thing that it needs to be done because it's the closest deadline or already someone is waiting for it, that's what I'm gonna do. I cannot get myself to do other things because they're not pressing. Like I'm not the kind of person who works well under pressure, but if there's a sense of urgency, I'm there.
Hmm.
Put more pressure to that urgency, and I'm like, well, nope. Now I don't want to do anything.
It's that
Yeah.
fine line between, oh my gosh, I got to get this done. I can do it. And no, that's not just impossible. It's not going to happen. Once
But see,
that's
that's
fine
the
line. Once
reason.
you cross a little too far, that's it.
But see, that's the reason why it bothers me when something sits on my list for too long, because it's like I had a deadline and I missed it, and now it's bugging me because I missed it and I know better.
Been there.
So I just like end up arguing with myself about how important it is. So for example, when I originally looked at the recovers and the re-releases, I was like, I'll start in December. Draft to digital has not been the smooth like learning curve that I thought it would be. So like now it's January 23rd. Have I announced that to anybody? No, because it might change.
Yeah.
Because it's a re-release and it's like I'm not building up all this, pressure on myself because it's like learning a new step, an old book. It doesn't feel very high stakes. It just feels like a thing that I want to do to get the experience, to learn how to do it. And then I'll be able to do the others like dominoes afterwards. And that'll be easier. But like, again, talking myself out of why it's important. So I don't know. Is that a medium ground?
Hmm.
Yeah, no, I've definitely done that with things that tend to be a lower stake. Like initially, I was like, by December, I want to publish for the pen name and for NB James Fiction and Fiction. And as things were not as easy to learn as I was hoping, I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm going to focus on this one, and NB James stuff that can wait. Let me just one or the other. I need to get one done. And I had more things ready for the pen name than I did for NB James. So I was like, well, pen name, we're going to do this. NB James, you might get published in March. Might get published in May. I'm not telling anybody which specifically. I just vaguely spring because I'm still learning. There's so much. I see it's like one of those things you see people doing it and you're like, how did you learn to do all of these things and the right order to do all the things? And it's like you're playing this like, what do I need to read? What do I need to watch? And like this little cat and mouse chase trying to figure out all of the things so that you can make it launch as smoothly as possible. I'm like, one at a time, because you're not getting any dates yet, folks, because I don't even know. I don't even know, but it's coming. I'm trying.
One day.
One thing that I try to do when there's something that I want to do, but there's no urgency on it, I add fun things that I cannot share until I do that specific thing.
Like my fun map?
So let's say that, like a fun map, or I did a really cool reel and I got the perfect music and it dropped where I wanted, but I cannot be live until something else is already done or live.
Oh my God.
So that really creates a source of urgency, and I need to get it so I can get the satisfaction of releasing what I work on something that was so creative that I love. And again, I trick my mind.
I like that discipline though, because I'm like, no, I want to do it now. I'm just gonna post it. I worked so hard. It's great. It's there. Let's put it out there.
That's me. I'm like, I can't publish it, but everybody backstage, do you want to see the thing I did? Look, look at it.
See, and you guys know I don't share things on backstage because that's the carrot I'm holding for myself, and I'm like, this is not gonna have the effect that I want if this other thing is not done. So I'm like a dog or a donkey dangling that carrot so I can keep working on it until I can actually do it and get what I want.
Wow.
Yeah,
I admire
that's so good.
That's excellent. We've got two questions I was going to pop in and sort of combine of Maggie's, which are about trackers again. So first is about, do you track stressors or anti-productivity triggers, looking for patterns? For example, a bad commute, bad weather, difficult news, family, friends, drama. And do you track your inspiration points, like a movie or book inspired your writing, artwork, music, or overheard conversation inspired? And those are great questions. So anyone want to take those?
I don't do either.
No, but it sounds fun, doesn't it?
Yeah, I have not done this question. That sounds interesting. I'd have to look
Mm.
into it more to make sure that my creative things would still be fun if I did it.
Yeah, I'm not feeling like it would be fun.
Yeah, the first one I did, yes, because like I said, last year I was making a conscious effort to do this thing for my health. So I needed to do it. And so on the days, again, I don't like to see an X in the middle of a bunch of beautiful dots. What happened that day to make it so that I couldn't sleep? You know, what took me out? So now this year, I'm using the HB90 for the first quarter. And I just looked and I'm like, oh, I did fill that out. So she has a section in there where it says habits. I don't have to do what I did last year because I'm at 7 hours. But instead of putting just 7 hours of sleep, I put 7 to 8 hours of sleep. But if I start dropping below 7 hours, if I start feeling like, we're hitting 6 hours of sleep, we're reaching back into like the 5 hours of sleep, I know I can do this again, find out what's going on. But yeah, it totally helped me figure out what am I doing at night that's making it so that I can't sleep, what's happening during the day, what was I thinking about, what was stressing me out, or just what was bogging down my mind that's keeping me from being able to get more than 5 hours of sleep. And again, it wasn't, I know I call it self-care. It's a health thing.
Yeah.
And it wasn't for fun or anything like that. It's like I'm tired all day and I can't day nap, and then I can't fall asleep at night. Something's not right. I need to fix this. And it helped me to fix it.
Yeah, for me, that's kind of the reason why I'm going to start tracking my symptoms when I get migraines, because I feel like I want to map out what is going on with my health and how it's affecting my days and my productivity, and I want to see if there are triggers and things and patterns. I am curious to see if there's a way, and then again, learn how to gently work around what ends up being things I can't control. And
are you doing that graphically or with journaling? Because I wish I could do it graphically to make it instantly revealable, but I feel like I just have to journal until my brain goes, oh.
Well, one way I'm tracking it, a Hobonichi Cousin planner has this section where they'll give you like, this is every day of the month. So it literally has days 1 through 31. It's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So for example, on the 2nd already I had a migraine. So I put on January 2nd, migraine. So I'm just going to jot down the days that I have certain symptoms and what they are. And this is the first time I'm doing it. So I'm going to see if this way works to kind of get a bird's eye view and see if I notice any patterns that are happening.
So do you look back onto like what you planned for that day and you realize, oh, I planned to meet with this person and they gave me a migraine, or like,
honestly, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that, but that's actually a good idea because that's what I like about the Hobonichi Cousins. You have your dailies, weekly, monthly, all in one planner. So I can easily flip to, let's say, what the weekly was, and then I can easily flip to what the daily was, and I have jotted down what what happened that day and what I needed to get done, etc. Yeah. So it would be very easy to go to flip through the days that I have symptoms on certain days and figure out what the correlations were and what maybe caused it, or was it lack of sleep? Was it this? Was it I have for a certain family member that moved in with us that there's tension. Yeah. So was it that dynamic that caused issues and lowered my productivity and stuff? So
was it how many cups of coffee you had that day?
Yeah, that's mine.
I don't drink as much as people think I do. I drink more than maybe 2 cups a day max. I don't drink as much as people, because, for example, there's still coffee in here. You don't want to know when I made this. I will slowly drink throughout the day.
Or they're not drinking coffee, because for heavy coffee drinkers, sometimes when we don't drink coffee, we get a headache.
Yeah, the days that I wake up later because I can't get out of bed because my PCOS flare-up is like bad, because I didn't get out of bed in time to make coffee, that also ends up being usually a headache day.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I would, when I was doing my sleep tracker last year, the other thing I got on was taking my vitamins every day. I have my little thing that's Monday through Friday, and so I was able to see which days I wasn't taking my vitamins. They got a little X, and did anything correlate. Migraine days, with my schedule, I have a loose schedule. Morning work, Twitch time, streaming, writing, and I'm tightening up my schedule a little bit more this year, but it was very loose. So what I would do is when I would do something, I would just write in what I did during the day, so that I could go back. Okay, I had 2 days in a row where I did not get good sleep. What happened those 2 days? And I could say, I was supposed to do this, but look at these things that got penciled in. Or I got a migraine, because I too suffer from migraines. They're so not fun. I got sick, or maybe one of the kids were sick that day. And so I maybe stressed out about them, or if Loki was sick, things that stress you out and just keep your mind busy at night. So I was able to look back and say, this was what was happening on this day. And it's in my planner. I don't journal a whole lot, like write down all my thoughts and feelings. I probably should, but I don't do that a whole lot. But I do write down kind of what I did throughout the day, in conjunction with what I had planned to do for the day.
And that's kind of also what I'm doing now. I'm going to start tracking like AM, PM meds and things like that. So if I didn't take something, it's going to be in the journal or in the planner that I didn't cross it out. I didn't take my AM meds. I didn't take my PM meds. And obviously those things will also affect different.
Low energy. Oh, look, I didn't take my B12 for 2 days in a row.
Yeah.
I use an app called MediSafe. It's free, MEDISAFE, and you just input your meds and what time you want to take them in the day, and it'll remind you.
Oh my God, that's glorious! Because I tried doing alarms, and eventually I started ignoring them.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So it'll.
What's it called? Medi what?
Safe.
MediSafe.
Yeah. So if you haven't taken them yet, half an hour after it tells you to, it'll do the noise. And I was like, oh no!
Oh, like that
It's a short sound, but it's like
fine. It's just enough to give you that panic.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yep.
And I don't have a tracker for medicine because I only have like 2 things that I take in the morning. But I realized that what was clouding my mind, and not for sleep purposes, just for like being able to focus and feel free to be fun and creative, was sometimes like anxiety over medical stuff. So I created a medical tracker, and it's not a tracker. It's every interaction I have with medical professionals. Like JC and I were talking about this a while ago. When we go to those offices, they make us anxious, And so like the time I would record what happened, because then I have proof that it happened, and my mind isn't confused later, and I'm not gaslighting myself and, tricking myself into thinking that is my fault. It's like, here's what happened. I've got a record, and the next time I'm going to do this to advocate for myself, and I'm going to prepare this way. And so I just feel so much calmer because I've prepared. And so it's not a tracker, but that's what I call it. So it goes into the planner. Yeah. We don't want a coffee tracker. She does make decaf. Jocelyn also doesn't have a coffee tracker.
Well, it helps to cut it in. Half. I put half decaf and half regular.
My mom does that. Yeah.
They sell it half calf.
Yeah, they do. They do.
There's just no point to decaf. I'm sorry.
There is if you want to sleep.
No.
It doesn't taste quite the same. That's why I put then you can trick yourself and tell yourself this is regular coffee.
You need to come back.
Okay. So we're coming up on the half an hour. You guys ready to jump into the next 30-minute sprint?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So we'll jump in. I'll mute myself. We'll have another 30 minutes and report back. I've still got one question from Maggie. Feel free to toss more in if you're in the audience and curious about stuff we've been rambling about. And we'll see you back here in 30. Boop.
That one was a little less gentle, but I was watching you at least.
Boom.
Nia got scared.
I wasn't a stab.
Nia got
I
scared.
was not a stab. Yeah.
I was not ready.
Definitely wasn't gentle.
I cheated. I wrote something else.
That was great.
How you guys feeling?
Pretty good, actually. A lot that I haven't sat down to actually thoroughly plan in weeks is finally happening now. So thank you.
Yay! Accomplishment.
Yes, indeed.
I sent out my newsletter, my first one on Substack, and then discovered that I did a little bit of a mistake, which I cannot fix, but it's fine next time.
It looks good from what I
Learning.
skimmed. I didn't get to read it
I
all, but
didn't. It was one thing I didn't link that I forgot to link, and
gotcha.
it's fine.
Got it.
Next time I'll know.
You can edit it.
But if I
can
edit it, you can edit
Yeah.
the post,
It's for
or
everyone.
edit the emails.
Yeah. The email's up, but you
Okay.
can edit the post.
Okay, I'll at least edit the post. Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
What you eating, Laura?
Oh, wow.
That's a beautiful way to fall asleep.
It is.
Yeah.
So Maggie had one more interesting question, which was about, well, she had two, but I was going to lead with the rewards because I have a great answer for this question, and I sort of referenced it in the chat. Her question is, what's the craziest reward you would give yourself, and what is the most humble reward? So I'm reminded that Esty Houston of Authorship Writer Conference fame, when she makes a writing goal, it's its own reward, she said. And I was like, that is so pure.
Oh,
Because other people will do Kickstarter rewards or whatnot. But in my neck of the woods, when I got to 1,000 subscribers this December, I was like, that's it. I'm leaving the country. So I'm planning a trip and we're going to the UK. And the deadline I gave myself to like fix, just like Nia with all the publications, like fix one, because you can only go on one trip at one time. Can't do them all. And so it's this Sunday's video. It's a on location fiction, which I figured would be good to tie in, like, and this is the trip preview on location where I'll be going in a few weeks. So I need to like buy my ticket tomorrow. Very excited about that. I gotta do it.
Congratulations.
Very nice. Very nice.
But yeah, choosing is not my favorite, but it'll get me to the favorite part of traveling. So that's good. Any other answers
I'm
on
so
board?
bad at this. I am so every time there's like in the HB90 system or Preptober, Sarah Cannon's Preptober thing, she always wants you to list rewards for milestones. I can never think of anything. I can never think of it's sad. I know. There's probably tons of things, but I never get ideas. I never know what I can do to reward myself. I don't know why. So these are I need to figure some stuff. That's for sure.
Yeah. In the planner, she has that part where it's like, what are you most proud of this week? And I'm like, that is so hard because I'm just doing the things that I'm supposed to do. So I'm like, what? Why what am I supposed to put here? I don't know. I actually did the thing I was supposed to do. It just, I don't know. Mentally, I'm just like, but that's what I was supposed to do. What do you mean? And then so the same thing with rewards. I'm like, I don't know what I do to reward myself.
My rewards vary. It could be getting a tub of ice cream. It could be getting bath bombs. It could be giving myself permission to use a bath bomb I already have that I've been hoarding. It could be doing a FaceTime afternoon tea with my nephew and my sister.
Aww.
So we wear our fancy hats.
Always fun.
He
Stuff
has
like
his
that.
chocolate milk and I have my tea. It's really fun. 1 year for Nano, I won, and so I got myself a new set of bed sheets. So that was nice. If I get traditionally published and get a book deal, I will be taking
Awesome.
a vacation somewhere.
Awesome.
The big
I hear
milestone.
that.
Yeah.
Yes, it will happen.
If I ever get the big buku payout, like of my dreams, I will take my family to Disney World, man.
Ooh.
Mhm.
Take
That's a
my
good one.
nephew and my nieces and stuff, and we're gonna go party.
So precious.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You
She
guys
amazing.
sing the
said
song.
Disney World, so that's going all the way down to Florida.
To my neck of the
Yeah.
woods.
Yeah.
Well, I think rewards for me are like getting to watch some. Well, I do that anyway. That's for self care. A reward for me would be like buying a book or buying a journal, or I would love to go get a massage. I've never had a massage.
Mm.
Love that to be a reward, or a spa day, or just stuff I don't normally allow myself to do. Would use as a reward.
Well, I just spend time with, family, or really just try to do something I really want to do or been wanting to do.
Mm.
Nothing spectacular. I don't really plan anything. I just decide, just kind of, this is something I want to do. Maybe a movie I've been wanting to see, or someplace I've been wanting to go.
Concert tickets.
Yeah, something like that.
Ooh.
Yeah, that'd be a good
What
idea.
what JC sort of said sort of hit me, because sometimes, like, when you do nice things for yourself, there's self-care because you need to like raise yourself up to your norm, but sometimes
Yeah.
like it's a reward after you've done something. And I'm wondering, like, psychologically how that works, because I was gonna say, like, I'll go to some place and get takeout because that seems like a treat to me. Like, I don't do that all the time, except
Yeah.
when like I get those like depression thoughts, and then I really just need takeout to get it through.
Yeah, I know all about that too.
Those are too often.
Yeah.
A
How
little
do you
too
guys-
often though.
Well, doing something nice for yourself can kind of elevate you to get you where you need to go to do what you need to do.
This is true.
So it's like eating dessert before dinner because life is short.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
I think a
Especially
lot
if
of
it involves brownies.
I think a lot of
Yeah.
I think a lot of parents use rewards for themselves because most of the time we usually are doing things for our kids, or they come first. So like when we think of rewards, like, oh, I get to do something for me. Yay. So
Yeah.
So one of my things is I will have all like my nano goals with the rewards. I'll get like okay, you can have a bowl of ice cream. I'll get that reward. And then I won't fulfill any of the other rewards that I've earned already. It's like, yeah, whatever.
no, Laura.
So I earn them and then I don't do them.
You have to treat yourself.
Yes.
Or treat yourself. That's always
Treat yourself.
My shelf? What?
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, treat yourself. You said shelf. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Treat yourself.
That's
Oh, I
bad.
would love.
Go buy some books.
Oh, believe me, when I get a bookshelf again, I will be treating my bookshelf all day long.
Indeed.
So did you guys have any lingering questions about planning systems, or like things you were curious about that you wanted to ask everyone while we're here? Because we're kind of like winding down. Maggie has one more question. But I wanted to check with you guys.
Yes.
Yeah, Laura.
So how do you guys differentiate between sections in your physical journals? Like, because normally I do like washi tape edges on a month. So it'll be like a stripe of green, and like, okay, that's the start of May, and then a stripe of gold, that's the start of June, and stuff like that.
I
But when you use paper, like you can't tell.
Yes.
Can you use tabs?
Yeah. Can you tap?
I use tabs.
I
like
bought, they were really inexpensive, these tabs from a little shop, and you just put them on. So I have January through December. So now on the side, I can actually flip to each month. And then at the top, just to make things easier for me, since this breaks up, I have these tabs here that have monthly, it's MDW, so monthly, daily, weekly, that I can easily flip through as well.
Yeah.
I just decided on one specific washi tape for that year, and that's gonna be my tab, and that's what I use for my months on like the side, and then the same washi but on the top for my quarter divisions. So I know I only gonna have 4 at the top and then 12 at
There's a whole
the side.
nother edge.
And it is the same
Right, Margaret?
washi, and I don't
top
use
and a-
that
there's a
washi
top
for
and a
anything
side.
else except that for me, the tab for that year.
So I know
Yeah,
some other people also do like Dutch doors and stuff. So
Yeah, I do Dutch doors.
They're a lot of work, but they're pretty.
They're so pretty and they're so cool and they fold out. A lot of times I'll do a Dutch door and it opens up to something like if I have a copy of my vision board or monthly goals or just a decorated page, it'll open up to that. But then when it's closed, it's just makes a divider. But right now because I'm doing the HB90, I'm using the big notebook and it definitely has distinctive tabs. So the tabs, and sometimes because I use a travel journal with bullet dot notebook, so I can pull pages out. I don't like wasting pages. It's a thing for me. So the bullet journals, if I'm like, oh, I just wasted pages. So I use the dotted in my travel journal, and I do a lot of what Esther says. And then sometimes if I need an extra tab, I have I just use different types of sticky notes and fold them, and I can make tabs that match my washi tape. Or I can washi tape over the little tabs that I make. You just get creative and have fun. But tabs, yes. Make your tabs however you need to buy them.
You know they sell tabs, right?
But I want my tabs to look like, and I want my tabs to look like.
Oh, but wait. But if you're buying washi tape, aren't you still spending the money?
I already have washi tape.
Well, I mean, but I'm just saying in general terms, if someone is buying washi tape, couldn't they just buy tabs?
The washi tape. Okay, no, because when you have
washis are multifunctional.
What is washi tape?
Decorate, you can,
and your page, your tab can look like your washi tape.
It's like
all
tape
that
that's
like decorative tape.
Okay.
It's a special type of paper.
Yeah.
And
it sticks really well.
Different designs.
So if I have so see how we have our tapes up. Say we decorate a page with those types of tape. Now we want our tab to match the page. So we use the tape that we just decorated with to cover the tab. Because it looks pretty. It's the aesthetic.
Like for example,
I will say. Okay, so
I had it for years. For years.
I'm new to attempting
this has been like a banner.
I'm new to attempting to bullet journal thing. I normally just buy the planner with the tabs already in it, and things are already set. I just stick stickers wherever I want to stick them. I am trying to get creative and do the bullet journaling thing, which is a little hard for me because I'm apparently not that creative when it comes to decorating the journal or whatever. Because all of that, you said washi tape sticks really well. So in my experience with using washi tape, because I've used washi tape, I used to have washi tape, it does not stick well.
Okay, it's I don't know what kind of washi tape you're going, but not only does it stick well, but it peels up easy and you can re-stick it. I've never had washi tape come off. And the funny thing is, you guys, I let you guys pick this notebook. I had washi tape that matches it. So my washi tape matches.
Matching.
The notebook that I'm using for Keep. I was so excited. I was like, look at this. It all just flows together.
I stuck the something I had before. The washi tape stuck for about a month, maybe 2. And then when I went back, it was peeling off. And I'm like,
do you see my Kanban board? I did these lines. Okay, let me show you. I did these lines last year. I did this washi tape last year. Not only did I do this washi tape last year, when I changed the segments, I pulled the tape off, put it on my other board over there, and then when I added a segment back, I took one of these and put it back on. It's still sticking.
I used washi tape for my makeshift Kanban board too, but you know how I got it to stick? I had to actually put duct tape over it so it can stay there. No. I put clear. Okay, I'm saying I had to put clear duct tape over it because it started to come off. And I'm like, well, if I wanted to stay on there, I put the clear duct tape over it so that it could stay. So it had washi tape on the Kanban board, but I had to put clear tape over it in order for it to stick.
Is your Kanban board a dry erase?
I don't have it anymore. It was a card. It was a card. No, I had a cardboard thing that I got from the dollar store, like one of those things that you use for the school projects things, like one of those. And then I put the washi tape around it, and then it kept coming off. So I had to put clear tape over it to make it stick.
Yeah. It depends on the brand of washi tape. Some of it is not sticky.
Okay, well, probably I'm using cheaper washi tape.
No, because there's cheap washi tape that's sticky. It's just different ones. Different ones, maybe.
It's the same thing with the sticky notes. We love this kind of paper, but Post-it does not have this.
A great washi tape debate.
This stuff will not stick to your Kanban board. It is terrible, but they're beautiful. They work well in your journals because you close the journal on them. But if you try to make Post-its for your Kanban board with this, they will fall off. Post-it notes, if you're watching, please get this kind of paper.
Craft paper, please.
We love our craft paper so much.
Yes,
please and thank you. I'm not sponsored, but I will be sponsored. I would love an endorsement.
Sponsor her Post-it.
Yeah, do what she said.
Come on, Post-its, get on it. But also, Post-its, the super sticky, they don't come off. You can reuse them so many times.
I saw that.
Oh my God.
All sorts of tape. Hi, Jordan. We're just sort of like winding down from some very productive planning sessions. And apparently we're winding down by
it's a washi tape debate.
A washi tape debate. Yes.
You like washi tape. It's
Great
very pretty.
tape debate.
I just have to do an extra amount of work to actually get it to stick.
I'm very sorry.
That's not the norm. At least that's not the norm. I'm sorry that's been your experience, because that's not the norm.
All right. And then final question, some answered in the chat, was about your planner or bullet journal vanishes. Yikes. Do you have backup files or notes somewhere to recreate it, or are you buggered? Maggie's got the ending question of the night. I will tell you, when I traveled to Hawaii for my family reunion, I had my passport, my wallet, my planner, my medication in the backpack, and I had a carry-on, and I didn't know if they were going to take it from me, and I did not put my planner in the carry-on. I was like, I'm carrying this. If I get separated from it, my external brain will fail. So I'm
screwed pretty much, because that's literally, for me, bullet journaling isn't an extension of my brain, but it's also, planning is also, for me, it's a form of self-care because of my anxiety and my mental health struggles. Being able to the aesthetic aspect of my journal is more creatively healing for me. So planning is not just productivity for me. It's very much something that's therapy, mental therapy and creative therapy. So it would be very bad if I lost that sucker. It's an extension of my brain, so many important information would be in it that I lose, and it's lost forever.
Yeah.
Go
ahead.
The answer, mine's right below the question. Oh.
I scroll back because I start the question, but not the answer.
Roll it back.
Oh, falling asleep, yawning, deadline.
Maggie's is highlighted.
Oh, I see Mia. There we go.
Yay. So I do have wallpapers that I make in Canva that have all the books that I read that month on it. So I can keep track of my reading that way if I do lose my journals. And I do email a friend daily on my vacations. So I have those journal entries. But other than that, I don't have anything.
Yeah. My reading is stuck on Storygraphs, but I'm talking about like my daily life stuff is in there.
Yeah. I have mostly my daily routine, the morning stuff that I do for myself. I know what that is. I can easily recreate that, but I'd still be a little buggered, even though I know I could fix it for the same reason. Like I put my time and my little love into just enjoying making it. So I would just be so bummed. I could recreate it. Some things might get lost that I don't remember, but I have notes of like when I plan to do things. So I could recreate it, but I would just be buggered. And I don't have everything. So there would be things that would be forgotten and I just wouldn't know it because it'd be forgotten. And I'd be like, oh, well.
It'll come back to you in a dream.
Yeah. And I'd be like, whoops.
Go through my camera roll to remember anything.
Yeah.
Because I also save the book covers in my camera roll so I can print them to put in my journals. So,
wow. Nice.
Yeah.
Good plan.
We good?
Like anybody else?
Yeah.
I don't think I will be that bothered. I will probably lose some of the minutia, but then again, I can just go to like the back end and watch history and kind of thing, get that sort out. But like big things like goals and projects and possible tasks, most of the time they are in Notion, and a lot of the times I do, if I need to schedule something, I schedule it on Google Calendar and then I put it on my planner, because it's easier to move things around when you're on a digital platform. So I don't think I will be that bothered.
Same.
Yeah, people have different systems that overlap for a little bit of redundancy for like if something happens. We've got Google Calendar, yeah. And Maggie was answering her own question with the Kanban board. Track word counts both ways, but only one set of symptom trackers, so that would be lost.
Oh yeah.
It's hard to, think of everything. It's just impossible to like live the most efficient life possible because then there's no joy to me anyway, I feel like. Okay, wake up.
Yes.
That's what I was supposed to do.
That feels familiar.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, we're over our time with the expected amount, I guess, but we'll wind down. I asked everybody to think of the next thing coming up for them. So when we outro, if you would be so kind, we'll do the same order. Jocelyn wants to go first. And give us your next thing that you will be offering, whether it's a video or a product or an event you'll be going to, so we know where to find you elsewhere. Wait, we can't hear you.
Uh-oh.
Oops. Okay. Can you hear me now? Oops. Well, anyway, my goal is to finish my work in progress this year. I think, the only other place you can really find me at the moment is on my blog, which is lizjcarter.wordpress.com.
Okay.
I will be releasing probably 2 videos soon. So my 2023 stats wrap up will be this weekend. And then Monday will be the second video on my Description 101 course. But also I'll be on Completely Melanie's channel tomorrow for an author interview.
Nice.
Oh, very nice.
It's awesome.
Well, there's a lot going on, but specifically, definitely going to have more Desiree books coming for 2024. We are definitely delving into a lot of small town romances. So we're really excited about building these small towns and different fun characters and things that you're going to see. So that will be coming very soon for 2024. And also growing more. I would intentionally like to or plan to grow more the YouTube channel, Coffee Reading Writing, with a lot more content. So definitely you guys can go check me out there, subscribe, because there's more stuff coming out. And those are the two main things I would say for now.
Awesome. Thank you.
So I am coming back from my vacation of the internet. I will be back streaming Cozy Morning Co-working, Co-writing on Twitch starting this Monday at 8 a.m. Eastern. Yeah, because it's 9 for me, 8 a.m. Eastern. For 4 hour-ish. And
I saw that
then
schedule. 4 hours.
It goes by quickly on Twitch.
It goes
It's
by
so
super
different than
quickly.
YouTube.
And also because I run 30-minute sprint and then a 10-minute break, I can snuck in 5 to 6 sprint, which is half of the streaming time actually working. And a lot of the times I get anything between 1,500 to 2,500 words, which is just makes my day. So those are coming back. I am coming back again with Sunday streams. We're gonna do gentle productivity streams. All of them are set. Those are set for the entire 6 first months of the year.
Wow.
So I got that out.
Yeah, I remember the wall of Esther that came across. Like, oh wow!
Let's get all there. And also the Romance Writers Room. First one of the year is going to be January 28th at 3 p.m. Eastern. And this is exclusive for you, Margaret. The topic of that Romance Writers Room is building small towns.
Ooh, so like Des topic. I love it.
So come in if you've been looking to build a small town and you don't know where to start. We got you covered. We got really cool people coming in. So check out my Twitch and my YouTube channel. They're pretty much the same name. Pretty much.
Thank you for having me join you guys, Margaret. Next thing I have coming up that I really want to let you guys know about, Wheel of Time on my book club, Scripting the Book, is going to be doing that. We have a special guest joining us for that. It's going to be Sunday, I believe the 21st at noon. And then I'm back on Twitch on my regular schedule starting next week. I've been trying to keep up with it over the holidays, but it's going to be more where it should be as I buckle down on my schedule. So lunch hour at the Booked Cafe every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then on Mondays is my long day because that's the first day of the week. We start strong, get all those words or whatever productive thing you need to get done on Monday. And then on Friday evenings, I do have some things scheduled, but before that, we will have some fun. We'll do art or gaming or something like that. So Friday will be the Books Cafe, and then we'll come back for a little fun gaming or art in the later afternoon. So that's what I'll be doing. You can find me there. Come hang out over on YouTube. I've been working really hard on my channel. I'm very excited about things that are happening. I'm like, oh my goodness. So yeah, I'm looking forward to a good year this year.
Yes, please.
JC.
Hi, I'm JC. Oh my gosh, why am I so bad at this? I do post videos Mondays and Thursdays on my channel. I have a store, online store, which I have new products in a whole little Do Not Disturb collection inspired by Esther. And it's 45% off of everything for until January 31st for the new year. And I have a Patreon in which I will be adding more exclusive content on this year. So you get to see snippets of my work and sneak peeks and things that I don't share anywhere else. If you join my Patreon, I got nothing else.
That's
I have
awesome.
books. I got books. I'm sorry. I do have other things. I have. Oh, and which, I mean, it's been a while since I put out my first novel, Diaries of Session Live. But also, if you join my Patreon, pretty soon you'll actually get to see what the original manuscript looked like in its original rough draft, like really rough form, if you care about things like that. Because it's completely different than what the finished product looked like. So, someone told me that some people might be interested in that, so I'm going to share.
Nice. And as I pointed out, I have a recovered novel going out from a new distributor this month. We're hoping for January 23rd, but I'm not holding my breath till then, but we'll see if that is in place and goes out. Then we have a new paperback, and then I have a process set up for all of my work to be in paperback, and we'll just go with the black back covers because, hey, why not? So that's like the exciting new thing. And Sundays and Wednesdays are when I put out videos, so you'll be finding more bookish opinions here on this channel, same bat time. And yeah, thank you guys for coming and planning. We've got all the planners, we've got all the washi tape, all the joy that goes into it. And hopefully you all at home got a little practice or got exposed to a different approach and maybe picked up some things that you might want to try in 2024. So thank you for watching. Thank you for being guests on the channel. And I don't know, I want to say go forth and multiply, but that sounds wrong. So take care of yourself in 2024.
Let your words multiply.
There you go. There you go.
There we go.
We'll do that.
All right. Bye, everybody. Bye.